Are you ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, we're live.
All right, great. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our special or regular meeting, rather, of the Township of Montclair Planning Board. In accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by posting a copy of the notice on the first floor of the municipal building and by sending a copy to the newspaper designated by the township for notices. Electronic notice has also been given by posting a copy of the meeting notice along with meeting access instructions on the township website and also posting same on the main access door of the municipal building. This meeting is being broadcast live on Channel 34 and is streamed live and will be available on demand on YouTube. This is a quasi-judicial proceeding, and meaning that the board has powers and procedures that resemble a court of law, and we are obligated to objectively determine facts and draw conclusions from them in order to provide the basis for official action. Any questions or comments must be limited to those issues that the board can logically consider in reaching a decision, and decorum appropriate for judicial hearing must be maintained at all times. Members of the public are automatically placed on mute, and at such times at the meeting when it is open for public questions and comments, the members will be unmuted. Members of the public will be unmuted, and they will may provide verbal questions or comments as appropriate. And members may also direct their questions and comments to Ms. Talley, board secretary, via chat or the question and answer functions in the event their audio is malfunctioning. Tonight, the first thing on our agenda, as usual, is our roll call, and I am here.
Okay. Vice Chair Brolock.
I'm here.
Mr. Cook.
Here.
Mr. Graham.
Here.
Mr. Ian Wally.
Here.
Ms. Lockman.
Here.
Councillor Schlager.
Here.
Mayor Spiller. Okay. Ms. Willis.
Here.
Mr. Nguyen.
Here.
Oh, that's right. You already, and Mr. Jacobson.
Here.
Okay.
All right. We have minutes from our September 13th meeting.
Okay. I received amendments to the minutes from Vice Chair Brodock. Are there any other changes to the minutes? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
A second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Mr. Cook, I'll be abstaining.
Okay.
We have the resolution from the Total Image Solutions LLC application.
Before you folks reach that, I got an email, as you all did, from Mr. Brodock, I guess over the weekend, about this particular resolution. I went back and listened to the YouTube of the matter, and I will confess that it was a little confusing as to which option 1 and which option 2 the board was approving. There was confusion because option 1 was the original, the version that did not require a variance. And option 2, as initially stated, was the one that did require a variance. Yet when the vote was taken, it was voted on that option 2 was the choice of the board.
I think the board wanted the smaller sign.
I think so, but what I heard on the YouTube was option 2, and that to me was defined as the one with the variance. So I'm seeking the clarification of the board just to make sure that everybody agrees that the option one, the non-variance version of the shell sign, is what the board was choosing.
And that
Yes.
was the smaller sign.
Correct.
That's what we voted for, the smaller
Yes.
sign.
Okay.
Okay.
Then if that's the case, then I would like you, if you wouldn't mind, to table the resolution. I will revise it for the smaller sign without the variance and represent it at a later date.
Did we
Done.
have testimony from a, because this variance has to do, can you guys hear
Tony,
me?
I can't hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, you sound far away.
Oh, let me change my, sorry about that. Let me see if I can change the microphone.
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little
So
closer.
this variance has to do with a sign extending above the roof line of a building, right?
Correct.
But I
Yes.
don't know if this thing, this canopy is really a building, and I don't remember any testimony about, you know, did someone say it's okay? I mean, I don't remember a testimony about, because this is about it extending above the height of the building or something, above the parapet. But when I read that section of the code that supposedly they're seeking a variance from, is really about a building sign. And I don't think that this is a building sign. I'm not sure if that matters at all. This is a sign on a special, you know, I forget the
It's a
zoning code
canopy.
calls out for it.
It's a canopy.
It's a canopy. It's not a building. So I don't even know if it matters.
But it's not even really a canopy because our ordinance defines canopies as something that extends over a door. So,
In the code, isn't there a special thing for that thing that you, whatever this thing that's over gas pumps?
yeah,
It's a special, and it doesn't say that when it talks about the variance, it's about a building sign, and a building is different than this thing. So I don't even think we discussed what the variance was. That's my recollection anyway. I don't make it more confusing.
I guess
Well,
Tony,
I don't think from our standpoint that we thought a variance was appropriate in any case. We didn't want a sign to protrude above
All right.
whatever you call the structure.
Okay.
So, and we may have gotten the versions confused, but I think the discussion was clearly that we didn't think that a larger sign than was permitted by ordinance would be necessary.
All right, that's good.
Tony,
Okay.
we submitted with the reports all of the resolutions in the past because there's a long history of sign variances for this property.
All right.
So is the way we've interpreted the ordinance and applied it to the canopy has not changed over the past 15 years.
Oh, so it's always considered a building? All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm cool.
All right, so this will be tabled. And that brings us to our first application, our only application.
Right, and this is the continuation of the 6 Depot Square matter.
Okay. Alan Trembulak, I've just made you a panelist. So who do you want me to bring into the meeting? Let's see, there. Alan, you have to turn your microphone on.
Or you have to become proficient in ASL.
And Mr. Hanini, I've unmuted you because once again, I can't make you a panelist, but I can unmute you if you turn your microphone on so you can participate in the meeting. There we go. And for the record, Mr. Spiller has joined the meeting.
And Janice, I think Mr. Warshawski was the architect who testified in the the initial hearing.
Okay. And Alan, I see I think you've got your video turned on, but not your audio. And for the board members of the board, I just got a message from Mr. Chandler. He says his internet is not working, but he is participating on his phone. So I assume, Mr. Chandler, you are the call-in user, and I will unmute you as well.
I am here. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Alan, there we go. Alan, I've unmuted you. So I think we should be able to hear you now.
Still nothing, Alan, if you're talking.
And Mr. Warshawski, I made you a panelist as well.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Okay.
And Mr. Seckler, the attendee is our planner.
Okay, I've made Mr. Seckler as well a panelist. Okay, so I think we have everybody here. We're just trying to get Mr. Trembulak's audio.
He looks like a piece of furniture to me.
That's not nice, Arthur.
No, I'm telling you what I see.
That's the filter.
I think the light just turned out.
Uh-oh.
Wouldn't that be a good novel? Kind of a murder on a Zoom call where we're all talking, somebody gets killed.
Alan, let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. You know, I know, I think we need to get your audio working.
Is he? Is he supposed to be face to face with him?
Maybe he ran to get headphones.
I'm so tired of this.
You and the rest of the world.
Are we going live anytime soon, Jen?
I don't know. We're still social distancing, and it would be very difficult to run it with all the board members in the council. So and maintain the social distancing requirements. Okay, Mr. Hanini, I think you're, oh, okay, there, yes, I made Mr. Hanini, I made you a panelist. So, okay.
Hello,
So who's that? Who said hello?
this is Sam Ranini.
Okay, so you're on.
Yep.
Somebody have Mr. Trembulak's number and can give him a ring. He's on the applicant team.
We'll send him a text right now or call.
Okay, thank you.
Because Alan, he can always call in and we can tie in his phone number, his phone. The phone number to call is right here. It's on the screen, so he could participate by phone as well.
He said he's connecting right now. Just give him 1 minute, please.
Oh, okay.
Alan is calling in by phone.
Okay.
I think the filing cabinet got the best of his computer. Janice, any chance you have an access code we can tell Alan?
Well, it should be PBMTG at 21 right here.
Okay. Meeting code maybe. 179.
786-1203.
786-1203.
Okay, let's try again. So Alan, I see you're there. All right, let me try this. All right.
I see Alan's a panelist, Janice. Are we okay?
He can't get his audio working. That's the problem.
Even on the phone? Yeah.
So I'm gonna try again. I have another.
And
I'm
we
gonna,
lost the video too.
Oh, even on the phone.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Try something else here. Give me this over here.
feel as though the Jeopardy music was expressly invented for moments like this.
They need a really long version of it.
All right, let's see. Dial. 418-9388. All right, we'll try again.
He sent a text saying his access code is not working.
So I gave him the new access code, so I think we'll see if this other access code works.
Okay.
Tell him to check his email. Okay, I think we have two Alan Trembulax now. I have one, Alan, I have you as the panelist and I have you as an attendee. And I've unmuted you. And Mr. Hanini, yeah, I see you're a panelist. Alan, Alan, is your microphone working? And I don't see you as a telephone user. Okay.
Janice, this is Pete Chandler. I was able to log on using a hotspot.
Oh, okay. So I can. So you are you going to try and do your hotspot? Okay, is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. Peter, are you also hooked in through your telephone, or should I mute your phone?
Is it producing an echo? You want me to cancel the phone call?
No, I just muted it. You're fine.
Janice, I think we're gonna just call him direct and then do, and just patch him in. That might be easier.
Okay.
All right, I've got Alan on the line.
Hello?
Hi, Alan.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Janice?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so Alan, it sounds like you're getting reconnected on the computer in just a half a moment.
I it was happening several times, and I'm trying again now. And I tried calling in, but the access code doesn't work.
Okay. I think I tried to email you an access code that should work.
Oh, wait a minute. Are there any members of the public, Janice, that are logged in?
No, because if there were, I would work with them.
But that's a little scary. If Alan's saying that the access code doesn't work, and if Alan's having trouble logging in and there's no members of the public who got in, it makes me wonder whether we've got a problem.
We have a number of people who clicked on the meeting link and came in through the meeting link.
Janice, I think we're gonna.
All right. Okay, Alan? Alan?
So I just tried to call into the meeting using
Yeah.
the code on the screen, and it does not work.
Okay.
Right, I think we have Alan. All right, Alan, can you confirm? Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Can we conduct a meeting if the link that we provided in the open notice is no good?
Alan, I do not hear your audio.
Is that confirmed? That the meeting link?
Keith just confirmed it.
The event code, the passcode, yes, the passcode, I could change it right now, but it was not right in the notice because it should be 2339.
If it's not in the notice, then the notice is defective. It's as simple as that.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
So this meeting is a dead letter.
This would be control copy.
Mr. Chair, what are we doing? Because we're here operating with a defective open notice.
I think you're muted, John, if you're trying to respond.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I don't think that we have much choice, or do we? I mean, if the notice is defective, then we can't be sure that, nobody was interested in connecting that way.
Can I be heard?
Yes.
No, whoa. No, I mean, if we got a dead meeting, we got a dead meeting. It's not your fault, Alan. It's just that we.
Oh, there we go. Okay, Alan, now I can see your face.
But it's all in service of something we can't do.
Wait, are we sure we can't, that it wasn't just Alan's computer and not somebody, that it's the link
No,
itself?
Janice just acknowledged that the code was wrong.
I had the wrong code in the
Oh, the
agenda.
wrong code. I missed that. Okay.
No,
Hello?
believe me, I'm not trying to be a pain in the keister, but we're
No,
dead. There's
Hello?
nothing we can do.
Alan,
Yes.
okay, I hear you.
Alan, did you hear
That's
the
good news.
conversation?
The bad news is it's all for nothing because we can't have a meeting.
Hello? Can you hear me?
We can
Yes,
hear
can you hear us?
I can hear
Alan?
you now. Yes.
Okay, so you've just picked up on the fact that the public, the notice is defective that was sent out because it included the wrong for this meeting. And right now, we cannot be sure whether or not members of the public have tried to get in to this meeting and were unsuccessful. And for that reason, it would be prudent for this meeting to be adjourned and recommence another date.
Well, my question is the notice was for a prior meeting. Now, I think because my posting of the agenda had an old passcode, perhaps tonight's meeting can't proceed because the public would not be able to participate because it had the wrong passcode. The question I have is, can we continue this hearing for 2 weeks from today for our next regularly scheduled meeting, which would be November 8th, without any new notice provided? We're just going to continue to that meeting. And when I post because I haven't even scheduled it yet, when I post the agenda, I will make sure that I have the right passcode for that meeting.
Well, Janice, this agenda really was the only notice that went out to the public of for this second hearing, right?
Well, it didn't go out to the public. It's like any meeting.
It was published on the website.
Just on the website, yes.
Right, and that's the only notice that was sent out for.
No, there was the original meeting was sent out.
Right, but the original meeting notice doesn't apply to this meeting because it wouldn't have had the updated access information. So this is the only notice that went out that should have had updated access information.
Well, the concern is, okay, all right, Alan.
The reason why I'm saying that is because, as with any time we carry a meeting to another session, we don't reissue the original notice. Right. We always get consent to just, use the existing notice, and we update what appears on the website so that people wanting to access the subsequent meeting, have notice of how to do that. So I don't see where there would be, unless, you disagree, Art, I don't see where there would be an issue with carrying this to another time and not having to renotice everybody. We just make sure that the correct information gets posted to the website for the next meeting.
I think that's correct, John.
If I can just add, my recollection is there was only one member of the public who was at the last meeting, which is Mr. Dresner, I believe, the owner of the adjacent property. And I know he submitted an email subsequent to the last meeting. Janice, do you know if there's been any contact with him, whether he was planning to attend the meeting?
No, I suggested that I told him he needs to attend the meeting to answer any questions. That was my only contact with him, and that was right after our last meeting.
And we don't know whether any other members of the public would be
but we
interested.
can't.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, John, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay.
So my apologize. This is completely my fault because I put the wrong access code on this agenda. What I can do, Alan, and I apologize, is put it on for the November 8th meeting. Unless the planning board wants to schedule a special meeting between now and then to continue this matter.
I'm willing to do it. I mean, we're inconveniencing Alan and his client. And if they want us to do it sooner and have a special meeting, I'm game. I suspect others are too, but it's up to, I mean, Alan, what do you think? What does your client think?
Well, we'd like to be heard as soon as possible, obviously, like most applicants. And, you know, I mean, if the board were willing to schedule a special meeting, I would, you know, ask that perhaps next Monday, 25th.
Let me pull up my calendar. Okay.
Same here.
Hey, can I just say something real fast?
Yeah.
I just went on the website and I clicked in and I got in as another person. So if you heard that echo, that was me on twice. And I clicked the link that's on the website.
You click the meeting link, Tony. That's how I got into the meeting
link
also.
works.
But the link works, but if you have to dial in or you don't click the link, if you're trying to access it from the WebEx directly, the code numbers were incorrect.
Oh, just by phone. Okay.
It's anybody who wants to participate by telephone. That was the problem. Okay, so. So next Monday, the 25th is not going to work, right, Rick?
No, the notice was bad, so we can't fix it now.
Yeah, it's too late.
And my next question is, the following Monday is November 1st, and there's a council meeting that night. Because I gather November 2nd.
It has to be a Monday, Janice. Can we do it another night during the week?
We can if
Hey,
everybody.
Janice,
Yeah.
this is Pete Chandler. I dialed in on the phone and using that code.
I think you used your code was different because you're a panelist. You got a special code. Panelists get a special code. So you were able to, it's the attendees who don't have that special code. They have to use a different code. And that's why Alan, who's an attendee, could not come in by phone. Okay. All right, so let me go through some dates. Next Monday doesn't work. How about next Tuesday, the 26th?
That's great for me. How's TV 34?
I can't do the 26th. I'd have to get coverage.
How about, and I have meetings on the 27th and the 28th. That's not going to work for me. And then the following week, the council meets on Monday, election days on Tuesday. That leaves us November 3rd. And if not November 3rd,
I won't be here.
Okay. If not November 3rd, our regular meeting is the following Monday, which is November 8th.
Right.
Seems to be where we're headed.
Can I check with my witnesses who are on the line to make sure they're available on November 8th?
Okay.
Of course.
I'm the only one that can't make November 3rd. Then you could certainly meet without me.
We'll still have a quorum.
Okay.
I can't meet November 3rd either, but same as Robin, you can meet without me. That's fine.
Also, like Councilman Schlager, not available on the 3rd as a note, but thank you.
I think
we're
talking
close
a
enough
different
to the
block.
8th at that point that I don't think we're doing Alan much of a favor if we were doing it the 3rd versus the 8th.
Talking 3
One thing we
business
could do it
days.
next week, but it sounds like we can't.
All right, I think we have to go with November 8th, but I want to make sure that my experts are available. Brandon and Matt, are you both available?
I am available.
Okay, and I assume, Sam, are you available on the?
Yes,
8th?
I will.
Okay.
Yes, I'll make myself available.
I guess we have no choice since the notice is defective and, members of the public who may have wanted to call in could not, and I understand that. There's nothing, it's unfortunate. Of course, it took me a half hour to connect as if it was the first time I've done this, and I don't even want to try to explain how that happened. So I guess we have to, continue this on November 8th. And I just want to be clear that the applicant will not be expected to provide any further notice. Is that correct?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
that would be correct.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Nothing happens without a reason, Alan.
Yeah.
So clearly, your difficulty was a sign.
So
It was a sign of something. Yeah.
I know you submitted revised plans this afternoon. So actually, this gives us a chance to distribute those revised plans to the board and to the board experts. So hopefully at the next meeting, we'll be able to go through this very quickly because everybody will have a chance to review them.
Yeah. It was our intention. Yep.
Is there a possibility, if there are any comments, that we get them ahead of time? So maybe we could try to address them before the next meeting?
We always do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I got the plans today, I'm just going to distribute them in 11 to the experts digitally. And to the board, I'll print out 11 by 17 copies of the revised plans. And I think you will be able to get them in advance of the meeting. The problem is when you submit your plans 10 days in advance and then I send them to the board experts, they review them, and for them to get their reports, it's usually right before the meeting.
Right.
So
Well, we had submitted revised plans 10 days ago, and then, we got Janice's memo, I think, last week. So the plans that we submitted today really just had a few changes, which were in response to Janice's latest review memo. There's not too many changes that were reflected in the plans that we submitted earlier today. But
I have a question. So are you looking for comments in advance on anything else besides the plans? For example, you have a parking study that I'm sure our planning board will have comments about that we were prepared to discuss tonight.
I don't think we're looking for those comments in advance. We did receive the comments from the board's parking consultant in response to that report. So we already have those.
You have the parking consultants, but not the board members.
I assume we would get those during the meeting.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're trying to move things along, and that's why I'm asking. So you don't want anything in advance on comments from the board on the parking study.
I think
I certainly think that if you have questions and you want to submit questions so that they can prepare answers to them in advance of the meeting,
That's
that
what I
should be
thought
fine.
would make sense, but Alan,
Nope,
I think
that would be
you
helpful. I'm not objecting to that at all. I mean, that would certainly be helpful to give our expert, an opportunity to, provide a better response to your questions. So,
my suggestion is if any board members have comments or questions that they want to address prior to the next meeting, send them to me and I will send them to you, Alan, to distribute to your experts.
I got one quick question for, are you guys trying to work it out with 10 Depot? Is there communication going on between 6 Depot and 10 Depot? Or is that just going to happen at the next meeting? I mean, you're trying to work stuff out?
we haven't, but, we were prepared to address the neighbors' concerns, some of which are already addressed in the plans. But
Maybe it's good to just like work on that in the next couple weeks.
I'm happy to do that. We can work things out with him.
Thank you.
I'll reach out to him.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Well, I think that's what we can do for tonight.
So before we adjourn this meeting that never happened, I was hoping that we could, had we had a meeting, I was going to suggest that we go into executive session so we can get a little bit of advice from our counsel about some emails that we received. Art, are we able to do that in a meeting that didn't happen?
No. I think it would be better for us to, if you wish, we can put that on the agenda for the November 8 meeting.
Okay, I would ask that we do that, if that's okay with others.
And, you know, if you have specific questions, again, why don't you send them in so that Art can see what those questions are, and then he can be better prepared to address them.
Yeah,
No, I will do that. I wanted to raise it with you all first, but I will do that.
This is a real problem. If I understand what you're referring to, Jeff, this is a problem because, as Janice said in her email on Saturday, this is a pending application, and that creates a real problem for going into executive discussion about that, because it's pending. So I just wanted to let you folks know that that is the nature of the issue.
No, I understand. I was not planning on asking anything with regard to the substance of the pending application. I can tell you what my two questions are. Number one, can we / should we put those emails?
Jeff, again, why don't you address those to Art separately, outside of this meeting, and then he can prepare if it's something that he needs to be answered at a public meeting, he can do that. If it's not something that needs to be addressed at a public meeting, then he can do that otherwise. But since it's not an emergency situation, let's handle it.
Okay. Okay, but to be clear, I was not talking about anything about substance of pending application.
Right.
Well, and the problem is you know, appearances also.
Yep.
You
No,
know?
got it. Got it.
All right. I think we're done here, everyone.
Can we pay bills? I think we can pay bills, right?
Mr. Chair, can I just have ask Janice one question? Janice, would we be the only application or at least the first application on for November 8th?
Yes.
Okay.
Ellen, I think you know almost all the applications that I have on the planning board. They're your clients, so.
I have a couple.
So you juggle which ones you want to present on November 8th.
Well, this is the one we want to present on November 8th.
Okay.
Yes, and I will.
Is that like one lawyer in town starves and 2 lawyers in town get rich?
And I will connect to this meeting about a half hour early on November 8th to avoid a repeat of tonight's embarrassment.
Oh, it happens to all of us, Alan, at one point or another.
Well, thanks, Robin.
Okay.
And my apologies, you know, I'll make sure to double check all those. I make sure all the links are active, but clearly I did not check the codes, so.
Okay, understand. So, all right, well, thank you, everyone. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Happy Halloween, Alan.
Yeah, great, thanks. I'm free that night, by the way, if you want to have a meeting.
Meanwhile, planning board members, can we at least, I think we can pay the bills because they've been sitting there for a while.
We can do that.
Okay. Is there a motion to pay the bills?
Okay, I'll move that we pay the bills.
A second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, very good. All right.
Everyone.
Good night, all.
Have a good evening.
Night,
See you
everyone.
next time.
Good night, everyone.